Why did you apply for this job, the Secretary General of the United Nations?
I've applied to be Secretary General because I believe that the UN has to step up its performance, and I believe that the background I have as a very seasoned leader, long-time Prime Minister and regional leader, in these past 7 years working at the interface of development and peace and security at the United Nations make me very well suited for this position. So that is why I've come forward.
What can you do differently to other candidates? There are many candidates, most of them are women. What can you offer differently compared to other candidates?
Firstly, I think my experiences are unique among the candidates. I have been a long-serving Prime Minister, and I have worked all these years in development. This has given me experience and exposure right around the world, in all developing regions, from Africa to the Middle East, right around the world, Asia Pacific, Latin America, Central Asia, Eastern Europe. I have had a profile and a footprint leading the UN development system. So I think that really makes me stand out. Others, of course, have their experiences, but they're not as broad and as deep in the areas that matter to the UN.
Imagine you get the job as the new Secretary General of United Nations. What is your main priority if you get the job?
I see three priorities. Firstly, of course, I would continue to be a great champion of the Sustainable Development Agenda. We have this huge new agenda agreed by world leaders last year, Agenda 2030, Sustainable Development Goals, and also the Paris Climate Agreement. Now, I and UNDP have been heavily involved in everything leading up to this and now in the implementation. So count on me to keep being a champion. But that also links to the other top priority, which is peace and security, where the UN is seen to be doing not so well. We face new challenges in the violent extremism, in the terrorism, in these protracted civil wars. And I think we need to be much better on conflict prevention. That does mean linking back into the long-term investments in development of peaceful and inclusive societies where the rule of law prevails. But it also means in the short term, better early warning systems, better outreach and contact with key actors, including in regional organizations where there may be the possibility to work to head off conflict. My driving mission is to stop countries spilling over into conflict, which set back development for years, destroy families and communities. I think we have to do much better at that.
Talking about conflicts, do you have any specific proposals with regard to two main crises in Syria and Yemen? Do you have any concrete plan to tackle those conflicts?
Well, firstly, both are very, very distressing conflicts. And from the UNDP perspective, we try to do what we can through emergency development. But we know that the real answers are going to lie in political settlements. These are not conflicts which can be won militarily by one side or another. So in the end, people have to talk. Better that they talk energetically now than that these awful conflicts drag on. The UN does have special envoys working very, very hard in the outreach. They can count on my absolute support and full engagement in trying to find political solutions. If there's anything I can do, I will.
But do you have any specific proposals? There is envoy for Syria, there is another in Yemen, and it seems that there are no political solutions in the horizon. Can you offer something different to end those conflicts?
There are solutions, and I think that generally people know the broad contours of them. But it requires many people to collaborate to get there. And what the Secretary-General can do is use the good offices of the high post of Secretary-General on the proactive diplomacy to try to bring people together to talk this out. Yes, we are on the third special envoy for Syria, the second for Yemen. It's been a long process, but they can count on my energetic engagement, including with the leaders of key countries, which can help facilitate a solution.
Several candidates are females. Do you think it's time for a woman to be the UN chief?
Well, I have been someone who has smashed through glass ceilings in my time to be the first at doing things as a woman, and being the first major party leader in New Zealand who was a woman and the first woman to win an election for her party as Prime Minister. I was the first woman administrator at UNDP. Of course, I would love to be the first woman Secretary General of the United Nations, but I ask people to look at me as the best person for the job, the person with the skill set, the leadership experience and the courage to get things done. That's what I would like to be judged on.